Markout Mania. Markout Mania. Reviews and yelling, reviews and yelling. Markout Mania. Hola, amigos, and welcome to Mark Out Mania. I'm Droge Pedro Boyd, aka Texan Spaniard, on Twitter and YouTube, and this is my podcast where I share my thoughts on pro wrestling, sports, TV, and other stuff. This week, I'll be taking a look at the WWE's best pay-per-view matches of 2011 DVD set. But before we get to that, let's get into some football talk. Now, when I talk about football, I do not mean American football, aka NFL, aka NCAA, aka gridiron, aka egg ball, etc. When I say football, I mean the real football, aka soccer. So going forward, if I say football, you know what I'm referring to. If I do cover American football, I will name it by American football or gridiron or something. Anyways, that out of the way, I'm a huge football fan from forever and ever. The two teams I support all my life and will always support are the Spanish national team, La Furia Roja, and Real Madrid. Los Blancos, Los Merengues. On everything else, I'm on a more neutral note, though I do have favorites in different leagues and countries. So my preferences out of the way, let's get into some footy talk. We begin with the Premier League on their second week of this new season, and the big matchup was Manchester City versus Chelsea. Last season's number 2 hosting last season's champions. Opening moments of the game, Sergio Aguero nearly put City ahead, but Begovic somehow saves the shot. Aguero gets another crack in the 32nd minute, though. Yaya Toure guides the ball to Aguero, who makes his way through the Chelsea defenders, shifts the ball to his left, and puts it in the net in the bottom left corner to give Manchester City the lead. Stoppage time at the end of the first half sees Fernandinho give Diego Costa an elbow, and things get very heated between these two, nearly erupting into like a fight going into the tunnel and all this stuff. The teammates have to keep them apart. All that. So we're into the second half. 79th minute, David Silva takes the corner kick, and Vincent Kompany heads it into the net for his second goal of the season and City's second goal of the match. 85th minute, Fernandinho will turn the screw on the defending champions because David Silva steals the ball from Ivanovic, sends it to Diego Costa, elbow smashing Fernandinho, who hits a great strike to put the ball past a helpless Begovic. It is 3-0, 3-0 for City, who hold on to the win and take the early top spot in the Premier League. Other Week 2 results from the Premier League: Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 1, Southampton 0, Everton 3, Sunderland 1, Norwich City 3, Swansea City 2, Newcastle United 0. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Stoke City 2. I saw some of that match, and I only saw like Tottenham go up 2-0, and then later I saw that it ended in a draw. I was like, man. And then let's see, Watford 0, West Bromwich Albion 0, West Ham United 1, Leicester City 2, Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 2, and Liverpool 1, Bournemouth 0. So that was the Premier League. Let's turn to the Bundesliga on their opening week. And I got to see some of this match. It was on Fox Sports 1. It was Wolfsburg versus Eintracht Frankfurt. 13th minute, Max Kreuzer sends a cross to Ivan Perisic, who puts it in the corner past the goalkeeper and defenders alike. Beautiful shot. Wolfsburg takes the lead and adds to it just 4 minutes later. 17th minute, a deep throw-in takes a few touches before landing in front of Bastos, who is right in front of the net, and he sends it into the roof, or the ceiling, of the net to give Wolfsburg a 2-0 lead just 17 minutes in. But folks, the rapid-fire action was not over. 19th minute, so this is just 2 minutes later, Frankfurt respond. A cross is headed in by Stefan Reinhardt to pull one back for Frankfurt. Second half, Frankfurt had some decent chances, but Wolfsburg hold on to grab all 3 points. Those first 20 minutes or so of the first half were awesome. The crowd was amazing. They were like electrified. Both teams were going for it. And then there's that stretch of those goals, started coming so quickly. It looked like anything was going to happen at any moment. But Wolfsburg dropped the pace down after conceding the goal to Frankfurt and played a more defensive game, which kind of killed off the excitement. In any event, those opening 20 minutes were a great taste of the Bundesliga on Fox Sports, and I hope they show more than just one game a weekend on FS1. Hint, hint. So let's head over to España and the Spanish Super Cup. Barcelona La Liga champions versus Athletic Bilbao, the Copa del Rey runner-ups. Barcelona won the Copa del Rey. They won everything last season. Boo! But Athletic Bilbao were the runner-ups. That's why they're in the Super Cup. So the first leg is in Bilbao. 13th minute. Irares takes a goal kick for Bilbao. Ter Stegen comes way out of the box to head the ball away. And Bilbao San Jose gets it, like he intercepts it, and sends it back with a long-range shot from near the halfway mark of the field. And Ter Stegen, who again is way out of position, and what do you think happens? A ridiculous long-distance goal for Bilbao is what happens. Athletic take the lead 1-0. 53rd minute, cross comes in, and Aduriz heads it past Ter Stegen. Bilbao now have a shocking 2-0 lead over the treble champions. 62nd minute, it only gets worse for Barcelona because a cross comes in. Barca make a pathetic attempt at a clearance that ends up basically serving as a pass to Aduriz, who puts it in the back of the net. Bilbao are flying now with a 3-0 lead over the Catalans. Minutes later, Dani Alves does one of those stupid things he's known for doing. But this time does it in the box. And guess what? Barcelona make it even harder on themselves because now Bilbao have a penalty. So 68th minute, it's Aduriz versus Ter Stegen. Who will win this battle? Oh, you know who. Aduriz! Hat-trick! Bilbao are 4 goals up on Barcelona. Incredible! Bilbao hold on to the score and they take a shocking 4-0 aggregate lead into the second leg of the Spanish Super Cup. So, fast forward to the second leg, which was in the Barcelona. So, 43rd minute, Rakitic crosses to Suarez, who sends it to Messi, who, cool as a cucumber, puts it in the back of the net to give Barcelona a 1-0 lead on the day, but the aggregate still not on their side at 4-1 for Bilbao. 55th minute, Gerard Piqué, a.k.a. Shakira's baby daddy, has a go at the linesman, too many times. And he gets a red he was just an idiot. This is a dumb red to concede. So now Barcelona are down to 10 men. And 74th minute, things get even harder for Barcelona to overcome because guess who? Aduriz gets a chance one-on-one against Bravo. Bravo stops the first shot but can't stop the rebound shot. Bilbao have equalized on the day and now made the aggregate 5-1. But 85th minute, Quique Sola does a stupid thing and gets a red for it. So now it's 10 men against 10 men. Can Barcelona make a miracle comeback in the next 5 minutes plus stoppage time? No, they cannot. Athletic Bilbao hold on to the win for their first trophy in 31 years. Athletic Bilbao are your 2015 Spanish Super Cup champions. Yowza! What a shocker. On the one hand, Barcelona were clearly tired and not in top shape because they had come off that 9-goal thriller against Sevilla in the UEFA Super Cup just days before the first leg. But on the other hand, luck has a lot to do with the winning of trophies in football. Last season, the first half of the season, Real Madrid were flying and looked likely to win everything. Second half of the season, injuries led to a major drop in form for Los Blancos, while everything fell into place for Barcelona to have a stellar second half of the season and win every trophy possible. Luck played a big part in all of that. Thus, here, luck plays a major role again, only this time against Barcelona and for Athletic Bilbao. It is just how sports go. It's a great moment for Athletic Bilbao, and it makes the season opener very interesting because both of those teams will meet again in the first week of La Liga. Wow. So now let's move along to the UEFA Champions League. Woo, the champions. Dun, dun. It's the last round of qualifying to make the group stages of the Champions League. So we'll go with the only match that was on TV for me to watch this week from it, which was Manchester United versus Club Brugge. 7 minutes into the match, a Club Brugge free kick by Vasquez takes a deflection off of Januzaj, and then I probably fucked up saying his name. I apologize. And then off of Michael Carrick to score an own goal that Romero has no chance of stopping. Club Brugge with the surprise lead at Old Trafford, but it doesn't last very long, unfortunately. 13th minute, Memphis Depay pops a pass over a defender, drifts across before firing off a shot that all the Bruges defender seems just too slow to do anything about, and it finds the back of the net in the bottom right corner, equalizing at a goal apiece. 43rd minute, Memphis strikes again, receives a pass from Blind down the left, cuts infield to the left corner of the box, and hits a fantastic shot that goes into the fore corner. A top-class goal, giving United a 2-1 lead going into halftime. 80th minute, a Bruges defender picks up a second yellow, which of course means a red card. So now Club Brugge was down to 10 men. And 3 minutes into stoppage time, United have a great chance via Schweinsteiger and Smalling, but Bruges' goalkeeper made a hell of a save to deny them. But just moments later, Memphis sends a cross in that Fellaini heads for the Red Devils' third goal of the match. The final score is Manchester United 3, Club Brugge 1. Other results from the Champions League qualifying: FC Astana 1, Apoel Nicosia 0, Bate Borisov 1, Partizan Belgrade 0, Lazio 1, Bayer Leverkusen 0, Sporting Lisbon 2, CSKA Moscow 1, Basel 2, Maccabi Tel Aviv 2, Celtic 3, Malmo 2, Rapid Vienna 0, Shakhtar Donetsk 1, Skenderbo 1, Dinamo Zagreb 2, and Valencia 3, Monaco 1. They also had Europa League qualifying, their last round of qualifying, and holy moly, some of these names we're about to go through here, folks. Let's see how this goes, because this is not going to go well. So Astra Giorgio 3, Azi Akmar 2, Dinamo Minsk 2, Salzburg 0, FK Kabala 0, Panathinaikos 0, FC Krasnodar 5, HJK 1, Liberec 1, Hajduk Split 0, Molde 2, Standard Liège 0, Zoria 0, Legia Warsaw 1. Woo! Go Polska! Polska! Ajax 1, Jablonek 0, Sparta Prague 3, Thun 1. I guess that's how you say it, Thun. PAOK Thessaloniki 5, Brondby IF 0, FC Milsami Orhe 1, Saint Etienne 1, Young Boys 0, Karabakh FK 1. That makes me depressed because I like the Young Boys. They're from Sweden. They have kind of a Bumblebee themed kit. They're a lot of fun. They had if you look on YouTube, look up like Young Boys. I can't remember who they were playing, but just look up Snowmageddon or whatever. It's this a Europa League group stage match, I think, from a few years ago, a few seasons ago, and it was this crazy game and like tons of snow. It was pretty cool. Anyways, Robotaniki 1, Rubin Kazan 1, Traumatos 0, Fenerbahce 1, Sto Bucharest 0, Rosenborg 3. Oh, that one has to hurt for the Romania team, Sto Bucharest. Zelina 3, Athletic Bilbao 2. That's interesting, but that's 2 away goals for Athletic Bilbao, so that's not so bad. Altag 0, Belenenses 1. Oh, I fucked that up. Bordeaux 1, Kairat Almaty 0. Oh, I've been waiting to say this one because I've never heard of this club before. I think they're from the Netherlands, and holy moly, I think I just don't recognize this name because usually they're called Odds BK or Odds But when I saw the deal, it said Oddball Club or Oddball Club, and I was like, what? I never heard of this team, but I think it's just because I'm not thinking about Odds BK. But so Oddball Club 3, Borussia Dortmund 4. That's a hell of a result for Borussia Dortmund. Victoria Pilsen 3, Vojvodina 0, Lech Poznan 3, Videoton FC, Southampton 1, and FC Midtjylland 1. Anyways, all that difficulty out of the way. La Liga starts this weekend. Starts today, actually, with Malaga versus Sevilla. As a Madridista, my desires for this season are I'd love if Real Madrid could win the league at least this season. I'm not saying that is likely to happen, just that I would like that a lot. To be honest, I'm still riding on the high from La Decima. So, because last season I was pretty happy. We got the UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup. I was like, oh, that's great. Like, I mean, we had the La Decima, so I'm like, well, yeah, anything, that's fine. I know a lot of people were like, oh, last season was a disaster. I didn't think it was a disaster personally, but you know, that's how football is with Real Madrid. But anyways, so going off this thing that I'm still riding off that La Decima high from 2014, with the exception of relegation, which I would not be happy about at all. I think I'll be fine with whatever happens this season, like I was last season. Fixers to watch out for in La Liga this weekend. The Spanish Super Cup rematch, as I mentioned earlier, between Athletic Bilbao hosting Barcelona. Of course, Sporting Gijón hosting Los Blancos, Real Madrid. And I'm kind of curious about what will happen with Rayo Vallecano versus Valencia. Other fixtures around the world that should be interesting this weekend. From the Premier League, Everton hosts Manchester City on Sunday. They've had a lot of interesting games the last few seasons. And Arsenal versus Liverpool on Monday. Those two usually have really good matches against each other historically, if my memory serves me right. All the matches I remember from when I was younger, they always have good matches. Those should be good ones. Serie A from Italy kicks off this weekend as well. And Fiorentina will host AC Milan. That's the only fixture that looked juicy on paper to me. But Fox Sports 1 has Hoffenheim versus Bayern Munich on Saturday morning from the Bundesliga, as well as Hamburg SV hosting Stuttgart. Sunday morning, FS1 has Ingolstadt hosting Borussia Dortmund. So there will likely be other fixtures making news this weekend. We will just have to wait and see. Anyways, that's all my thoughts on footy for this week. And now, on to some wrestling. Earlier this summer, mi hermano Larry let me borrow a bunch of his WWE DVD sets so I could finally see a bunch of stuff from the past 4 years that I haven't seen yet, along with some older stuff that I hadn't seen in years. After procrastinating for a while, the time has come to finally sit down and watch some of these sets. So, this week's episode, I'm going to take a look at WWE's best pay-per-view matches of 2011 DVD set. So, let's do this. It starts off with the World Heavyweight title match. Edge defending against Dolph Ziggler from the Royal Rumble, January 30th, 2011. This is a really good match. The story of this match is that if Edge uses the spear, then he not only loses the match, he loses the title. Taking into consideration Edge's character and the no spear stipulation, then the finish, which is the most disappointing part of this match, is kind of telegraphed. But forget about that. Everything else in this match is top notch. Great action, great spots, some super dramatic near falls that had me jumping out of my seat. There were at least a handful of times I thought the match was legit over. My favorite spot of the match was Ziggler going for the Faymaster and Edge catching him and turning it into a sit-down powerbomb. That was pretty boss. I have to say, in my opinion, Ziggler works better as a heel. His strong point is his bumping, and he has the looks of a douchey tool, so being a heel plays to his strong suit. He doesn't really have like a great moveset, which is more important if you're a face than a heel. You can get by with heel shtick and wearing down your opponent as a heel as long as you bump and sell your ass off, which Ziggler is great at here. This match made great use of him and makes me lament that he is a horrible face and current WWE product. Also want to say that Vicky Guerrero is fantastic here. She was great all the time in her heel manager and boss role. She's so good at getting heat. Really good match. The finish is a bit too clever for its own good, but again, it fits the character of Edge. Really good match. I would say it's pretty much a must-see match. Next was the Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship, with Edge defending against Rey Mysterio, Wade Barrett, Kane, Drew McIntyre, and The Big Show. And this was from the Elimination Chamber from February 20th, 2011. And holy moly, ravioli! What a match. Such a crazy good match. It's so action-packed, and there's so many threads and stories weaved throughout. It's a very meaty meal of a pro wrestling match. So much content to chew on. Rey Mysterio was the man of the match, in my opinion. He played every role imaginable, from bump machine, spot machine, underdog fighting against all the odds to the bitter end. He really held this match together more so than anyone else. Rey and Edge starting the match and then being the last two was also a nice touch, because those two have so much chemistry against each other. Really good stuff. When Edge hit his first spear on Mysterio, I thought the match was over. So when Rey got that shoulder up, I marked like a fucking lunatic. Best near fall of the match. Have to give a shout out to Booker T, because he was fantastic on commentary in this match. He sold everything, put every single person in it over, and was so genuinely excited and marking out over the crazy things that were going on. It was kind of infectious and added to everything. Excellent match. A must-see match in my opinion. I don't think anyone will be disappointed watching this match. Top notch. And after that, we get Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes from WrestleMania 27, April 23rd, 2011. And oh man, this is a really good match. I love the story of Cody's protective mask and Rey's knee brace and the way it was weaved into the match. They did a great job of building up to the 619 and making it feel like a huge moment in the match. The action was really good in this match. Both guys had a lot of chemistry against each other, but the action was pushed by the narrative of the mask knee brace angle, and it led to some great moments like Cody ripping off Rey's knee brace, Rey taking off Cody's mask and putting it on himself to use against Cody, Cody in turn using Rey's knee brace to set Mysterio up for the Crossroads finish. It was a really good match. Wish the crowd had been more alive for it than they seem to be. I don't know if that's just the way it was recorded, but the crowd doesn't seem very loud. But only knock on this match is the horrid heel Michael Cole commentary. Oh man, it's so annoying. It's annoying as fuck. Goodness, I'm so glad heel Michael Cole went away. But otherwise, aside from Michael Cole's horrible heel commentary, it's a very good match. Definitely worth a watch. The other match they had on here from WrestleMania 27 is the No Holds Barred match between The Undertaker and Triple H. And sweet Lord have mercy above holy moly super duper Mania. What a phenomenal match. An incredible must-see match. This is a total war with both guys killing each other with hard shots, big moves, destroying the coal mine using tables, chairs, pedigrees, tombstone pile drivers, the last ride. This had everything. This is a true epic match with a simple story of two men beating the fuck out of each other with sheer brutality. Could it have used some color? Some blood? It may have taken it up another notch perhaps, but it was not lacking in the drama or entertainment from the lack of blood. There were so many times I thought this match was over, and it wasn't. The story towards the end of Triple H beating Undertaker so bad we're supposed to be frightened for Undertaker's health and well-being was great, and they executed it so well. When Triple H used the tombstone on Undertaker and Taker kicked out and Triple H scrambled away with a look of almost like terror or panic on his face, what the fuck is this guy? Is he even human? Oh man, that was amazing. Simply amazing. The Hell's Gate submission finish with Triple H trying to find the sledgehammer, but nothing like being able to save him was fantastic. Incredible match. Was so great to have Jim Ross on commentary for this match, especially after how awful Michael Cole commentary was in that Mysterio Cody match. Jim Ross is a whole other class above everyone else when it comes to commentary. Both he and Lawler using the hushed quiet, this is serious voice, to put over Undertaker may be that he may be legit in danger of his life was so effective and wonderful. I can't say enough good things about this. It is a true must-see match, and anyone who has never seen it needs to track it down and watch it right now. A true classic match. Great match. Moving along, there's the ladder match for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship between Christian and Alberto Del Rio from Extreme Rules, May 1st, 2011. Title vacated because Edge, his neck was all effed up and he had to retire. So, these two duke it out in a ladder match to determine the vacant championship. It's a fun match, a really fun spectacle of two guys going through somewhat standard WWE ladder match spots with the Edge retirement angle giving it this whole story for the match. All in all, a fun match, but nothing too spectacular in my opinion. The best spot was Del Rio pushing Christian off the top turnbuckle from the apron, and Christian manages to land on the ladder like a cat. Alberto runs after him only to eat like a high crossbody off the ladder. That was the best spot. The rest was pretty standard WWE ladder match fare in my opinion. Not a bad match, but nothing out of this world. A fun match for sure, just not particularly noteworthy one outside of it being Christian's big title win. Then we get Rey Mysterio versus CM Punk from Capital Punishment, June 19th, 2011. What a match. Super good match. CM Punk had a strategy, work over Rey's back, and Rey had a huge fight and awesome counters and moves to push Punk right to his very limit. Really good action, cool ass spot, so much fun. I loved Rey's diving headbutt to a standing Punk. That was so cool. But my favorite spot, hands down, was the 619 in the corner. Oh, that was damned cool. The finish was also one of the coolest spots in the match. Rey had countered the go to sleep once already, and when Punk went for it the second time, Rey countered it yet again, seemingly having Punk set up for the 619 proper, but Punk caught him and fought off Rey struggling to get him on his shoulders to set up the go to sleep. Ooh. Really good stuff. There is nothing wrong with anything that happened in the ring in this match. The biggest knock on this match, and this is not going to be a surprise, is the abysmal heel Michael Cole commentary. It is dreadful. Heel Michael Cole was terrible, and it is unfortunate this match has it on commentary instead of a Jim Ross. Anyways, horrible heel Cole commentary aside, super good match, definitely worth watching. And then after that, we get the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match. Alberto Del Rio versus Kofi Kingston versus Evan Bourne versus Jack Swagger versus R-Truth versus The Miz versus Alex Rai versus Rey Mysterio from Money in the Bank, July 17th, 2011. And whoa, what a super duper fun match. Total car crash spot fest. Just a bunch of cool ass spots and a super fun mix. Loved everyone starting off the match with a ladder. All the dives building up to Evan Bourne's shooting star press off that super tall ladder outside the ring. The Miz storyline of getting injured and taken out of the match only to make a surprise return near the end of the match, hobbling on one leg while everyone was down, teasing a surprise Miz win. That was pretty cool. I was marking out like a little kid for the finish though when Alberto Del Rio took off Rey's mask to get Rey out of the match and then climbed the ladder for the win because I am an Alberto mark. Alberto! Fantastic! Kofi Kingston's Spider-Man act was also excellent. Everyone shined at some point in this match, and it was a fantastic spot fest. Tons of fun. Another match on this set that is definitely worth watching. So, another match on here from that show. Yeah, you might know this match. The WWE Championship match. John Cena defending against CM Punk. And oh boy. Holy moly, ravioli, Omega Supreme, breakdancing, rock and roll, lightning, thunderdome, explosion, mark out, Mania! It's a jaw-dropping, all-time classic match right here. Some very special elements came together to make this match so significant. You have the angle. CM Punk dropped the pipe bomb, won't re-sign with the WWE, and is vowing to leave the WWE with the WWE Championship. Vince McMahon blames this all on John Cena and puts extra pressure on him to win by saying if Punk leaves with the title, Cena is fired. Then you have the crowd. Fired up hometown crowd for CM Punk in Chicago, fueled by their intense loyalty to him and by the awesome angle going into this. Combine all of that with John Cena and CM Punk having amazing chemistry together and working a match off of all of that, building up an incredible classic with great action, great spots, and more importantly, great pacing and timing to make the hot crowd pop or boo at the right moment for the perfect dynamic to build them up into a frenzy by the time it's over. You can't say enough great things about this match and everything that plays a factor into making it what it is. Everything is executed perfectly, and Cena, who got into this predicament by wanting to do the right thing, ends up sealing his own fate again by doing the right thing, by preventing McMahon and John Laurinaitis from screwing Punk. CM Punk wins the WWE Championship, and that's not even the climax of this thing. That comes when Punk avoids Alberto Del Rio cashing in the Money in the Bank on McMahon's orders, and then blowing Vince that kiss goodbye before retreating through the crowd to escape with the WWE Championship. That has become an iconic moment for the WWE, and a well-deserved one. It's an all-time classic wrestling moment. It goes without saying that this is a must-see match. Of course it is. If you are a true wrestling fan, you have to see this match. All-time classic, must-see match, definitely worthy of its iconic status. So, after that, we have no-holds-barred match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Christian defending against Randy Orton at SummerSlam, August 14th, 2011. Wowza. This is a really good match. These two have always had a lot of chemistry with each other, and it was on full display here. They had a hell of a match. Lots of weapons and cool spots and cool counters and big spots. I wasn't a big fan of the pre-match angle where Christian brought out Edge, and then Edge basically buried Christian. It just seemed counterproductive in terms of it doing nothing to help build up Christian and make it seem like a foregone conclusion that Orton would win. Indeed, most of the match, I felt like Orton was likely the winner. There's a spot near the end where Orton had put Christian through 2 tables and a trash can and was waiting to RKO him, and Christian grabbed the kendo stick and just walloped Orton upside the head. For a brief moment, I thought, whoa, maybe they're just going to swerve us and build up Christian after all. But no, Christian jumped off the top right into an RKO onto the steel steps. That's a hell of a finishing spot. This is a really good match. I just wish they didn't do that angle beforehand so I would have believed in Christian's chances more. Still, a really good match. After that, you have the World Heavyweight Championship match between Randy Orton defending against Mark Henry from Night of Champions, September 19th, 2011. This was a lot of fun. It's not a great match or anything, but as Mark Henry's crowning moment, it is perfect for what it is. Orton bumps and sells his ass off for Mark Henry and still has enough shine so it feels like Henry overcame a bona fide major star to win his first world championship. They told a simple but effective story and executed it perfectly. Good stuff, a lot of fun, and Mark Henry's post-match promo is pretty spectacular as well. Another match from Night of Champions September 19, 2011 is the no disqualification match between Triple H and CM Punk. I've always heard predominantly terrible things about this match. I remember there being a lot of anger directed at the booking and the result, i.e. Triple H winning over CM Punk, who was so hot and over with the fans at the time. Never seen this match obviously until now, and my thoughts are that the first half of this match is a hell of a brawl. They beat the snot out of each other, and they just tear into each other with gusto. If one only saw the first half of this match, I'd understand if they thought this was a pretty awesome match, because that first half was pretty awesome. But my goodness, this turns into one of the goofiest clusterfucks of all time. From The Miz, R-Truth hitting the ring and beating everyone down, including the referee, to John Laurinaitis getting involved, to Kevin Nash of all people showing up and beating everyone down, until Triple H clocks him with the sledgehammer, and then a third pedigree puts Punk away. The second half ruins the good of the first half, and of course, I agree with everyone on the booking. The wrong person goes over, but in a way, after the clusterfuck that it all became, I don't even think the finish matters. At that point, you just want it to be over because all the good has been spoiled. So if you have never seen this match, in my opinion, don't bother. It ends up being a big disappointment, and it's best to pretend it never happened. So moving along, we get to the Divas title match. Kelly Kelly defending against Beth Phoenix from Hell in a Cell, October 2nd, 2011. This match made me realize how much I miss seeing Beth Phoenix in wrestling. Kelly Kelly, on the other hand, is one of my least favorite women competitors in history. She was a total Barbie doll with no real character and was terrible in the ring. So I really did enjoy Beth mostly taking her apart in this match. This isn't a good match per se, but there are some cool moments with Beth. Natalya on the mic taunting Kelly Kelly was pretty cool towards the end. Nothing to go out of your way to see, in all honesty, but for people who dislike Kelly Kelly, there is some fun to be had here. Another match from this show, the Hell in a Cell, show is a triple threat Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship. Champion John Cena versus CM Punk versus Alberto Del Rio. And oh man, this is so much fun. It's a good match. I won't say it's a really good or great match, but it's a good match. But more importantly than match quality is the fun factor. This match is so much fun. Very action-packed, lots of fun spots, and a clever finish as Ricardo Rodriguez attacks a ref, gets the key to the cell, gives Del Rio a pipe, he uses it on Cena and locks Cena out of the cell. It's just Punk and Del Rio at that point, and the pipe, of course, comes into play as it helps Del Rio win the match and the championship. And of course, since I'm a huge Alberto fan, this means Mark out Mania. There are a lot of good action in this though, and the post match was pretty crazy with the Miz and R-Truth getting in the cage and decimating everyone, the entire WWE locker room spilling out to try and tear down the walls of the cell, the police like arresting the Miz and Truth, Triple H assaulting them. It's just fun chaos. Fun stuff all around, definitely worth a watch. After that, the final match of the whole set is the World Heavyweight title match between Mark Henry defending against The Big Show from Vengeance, October 23rd, 2011. And this is fun. It's not a good match, but it's a lot of fun. Two huge dudes beating the life out of each other. Mark Henry doing some good work, working over Big Show's leg, although Big Show then disregards it. Henry surviving a choke slam, and then he survives an avalanche choke slam. All of this leads up to the big moment. Mark Henry superplexing the Big Show off of the top and the ring imploding. Holy moly ravioli. Now, I know. They did this exact spot with Brock Lesnar and Big Show years and years ago. I remember it. But still, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. The post-match is a bit long, but it was to put over that both men were completely wiped out and decimated by that ring-destroying superplex. Fun stuff. Definitely check out the big superplex moment if nothing else. This was a pretty good DVD set. There are at least two definite must-see matches in Punk Cena and Taker Triple H. Pretty close to must-see in the Elimination Chamber and that Royal Rumble title match. And then lots of really good matches throughout. You can skip Triple H Punk and Kelly Beth probably. But yeah, lots of really good stuff on this set. Next up will be the WWE's best pay-per-view matches of 2012 set. Not saying that will be on the next week's show, but it will be sometime soon in the future. Before I go today, I want to make a note about a YouTube channel I stumbled across called Brave Wilderness. Holy moly! This crazy guy, Coyote Peterson, jumps into water catching snapping turtles by his hand and letting all manner of animals bite him and sting him and so forth. It's pretty insane. I marathoned his 8-episode season of his Dragon Tales show about catching common snapping turtles and alligator snapping turtles, and it was a lot of fun to watch. Though I do not approve of letting an alligator snapping turtle bite his arm on purpose. That is pretty stupid. But yeah, I recommend it if you are into cool-looking reptiles to go check out his Dragon Tales show on YouTube. It is pretty fantastic. Well, amigos, that is all for this week. Thank you for listening/watching the show. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter at texanspaniard and also on YouTube with the same handle. I have an art and music Tumblr you can check out at pedroboy.tumblr.com. Gracias again. See y'all next week and adios.